My name is Timothy and this is XPR Garage. I know the past few videos have been a little bit kind of just straight to the point because I did a lot of work and wasn't sure about the video when it would start and end and everything. So that might be a little bit, just mainly trying to get this done. I'm back from a few days. I'm going to go ahead and start bonding this door, a little bit of that one whenever I blow this off first. And then I put some primer, just enough to kind of figure out where my low spots and everything are. I know I got a big one right there. And a couple of the big ones I see, but I want to do some more of the smaller ones and start filling that in. Yeah, slowly getting it. I did go to a junkyard that's not far, and I found, so I didn't know that that's the way that the kind of, well, it's a little bit beat up, but that's basically how the keyhole is on these. And I got the actual piece to go in there. So I just gotta bend it back out and that'll fix that problem. The little piece right there, the key switch fixing. I hope the key switch works in that because I don't think that's the correct key switch for that car. I think it's out of a B body. The other thing is, not for sure yet, just kind of a bit of update. The AC unit. The wiring and everything's not in this car. It's missing all the AC stuff and I don't have any of that. So what I'm probably going to do, depending on how hard it is to do it, I'm probably going to build an adapter to make a regular heater box work. Because I have multiple of them. I know I just throw the AC in it, but I could also use the AC stuff in another car down the road. So I'd kind of like to do it for that. And try to rig it up, but I'm not sure yet on that. Gotta figure it out. But other than that, I want to finish up the Bondo. At least get the other side done. And I can start painting the floor. Actually, I might even not even actual paint the floor. I may just leave it like that because it's doing pretty good. Because they'll have carpet and stuff over it. I need to finish taking the door hinges off. That way I can get ready to start painting it. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and get this thing out of here because I got another project I need to do for a second. I got to do some rust cleaning on it and it needs to be done pretty soon. So it's pouring down rain now. I feel like the power's fixing to go out. So this side, well, let's start over here. Got this all bundled up. I blew it off. Let that dry. I like to let it cure because it seems to stick on the sandpaper if you don't let it cure for at least a couple hours. This side had like a guide coat, kind of helping figure out where the little spots were. I missed a spot here. I got it on pretty thick up there. Already missed a spot down here. Oh well. Got my gap cut a little bit. I'll finish that up. low spot there, I got it covered up, and over here, a couple little bumps and low spots. I'll clean it up again, get it all sanded down and see where I'm at, and then I'll probably just start using the glaze putty except for a couple of big spots. I'm gonna let this dry overnight, probably hit it tomorrow. And I guess I'm gonna call it a night tonight. Blow it off real quick and call it a night. Alright, so it's the next day, so I'm gonna take the air sander and take a bunch of this rust down and see if we can get it closed and get it sanded down a little bit, smooth out. Get started on that. Pulled it out so that way it doesn't get the shop a huge mess. And I also can shop up. So yeah, go ahead and get this started. Alright, so I got it pretty well sanded down. This part right here needs more filler. This, honestly, this is probably ready for the spot filler. This needs more filler to begin with. I need to do a dent spot here, a dent spot there, and then a dent spot here. Then on the other side, on top of the fender, I'm going to do this little spot, the marker light that I welded up. There's a dent here. I went ahead and sanded this more down. There's a dent here, and then it was some primer, so I went ahead and just, it's a bigger spot than what I thought it was. I'm going to do a little bit here, a little bit shy here on this body seam, body line. And then I got to do down here. I do this whole scratch mark and then that fender spot. There was a little spot here that could use a little. That might be spot putty for that, I think. And then there was a low spot here, but I think spot putty can get rid of that. Then I think this is a spot putty. So really I just need to do, I'm just going to do the heavy stuff first and then do spot putty tomorrow. I'm running out of light and I'm getting tired. I gotta get up early for work. So I'll get a couple spots with the Bondo. There we go. Do the spot. Blow it off, wipe it down, and I'll mix up some Bondo and start doing that. There it goes. I got it pretty well bondled up. Ran out of the blue and then went to a red hardener. I'm hoping it's the same. I couldn't find really the instructions on it. We'll find out if that stuff's any good. Hopefully I mixed it up right. If not, oh well. But I'm probably gonna call it a night. Blow off the car, blow off tools, clean it up, the shop up a little bit, and drive it back in. And sand it back down tomorrow. Hopefully I won't do it as long. And probably do some spot putty tomorrow. And getting close to being done. Then probably take the door hinges off, give it a good sanding. I need to, well, before I do that, I need to clean out these gutters, go ahead and fix them up. Give it a good sanding and a little dent here. Have to remember that one. I'll bundle that tomorrow, I guess. Do that tomorrow and yeah, here's that dent. Oh well. Go ahead and do that tomorrow. And hopefully a body filler and stuff, try to get all that done in one go. Sand it down, give it a good primer and paint it. Alright. Alright, I got the back part sanded. I need to put some more Bondo on it. Go ahead and get the areas on the front and everything. It's hot enough outside that my phone is overheating. So I'm going to try to record as much as I can. And go from there. Alright, so turn the fan off for us a little bit. Kind of looks like I threw Bondo on. I did. Since it was hot, I was trying to get it on as quick as I could. Gonna let this dry. Hopefully this will be the last actual Bondo, and I can start doing spot putty. I do have a little bit more. I did find a spot back here. I'm gonna go to this spot. I'm sure I missed a spot somewhere. I'm gonna do a little bit of metal work here. See what I can do about this, and then Bondo that last. But while that's drying, I'm actually going to go ahead and do the metal work. Went and got a couple of these spots down here. And yeah, I'm hoping this will be the last. I kind of just goobed it on there. Kind of learning, you need to make it thicker than what you think it needs to be, and a bigger area than what it needs to be. So, before I cleaned off this metal over here, you guys probably didn't see that, because I wanted to make sure the Bondo was sticking the metal and just go ahead and do this whole area. So I learned that the middle, I had a spot here and a spot here. Turns out that this whole spot needs it. That didn't have enough. Found this little dimple here on the body seam in a hole. I don't have the badges or anything, or I would put it on. So I'm just gonna put Bondo over it. That way somebody can punch them out. That way they're not welded. See what I can do to get this bin out. Plus I think this whole quarter might need to go in. I'm not sure how that needs to go. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I'm gonna get started on this back piece and start doing it. Alright, so I got it pretty well smashed back out. I think when I impacted it pushed in. I don't have a way to really pull on that, but I got it pretty close. Still has the body line here. The quarter is a little bit bowed out, but it's very, very little. So I'm gonna kind of cut this loose here just to flatten it back down. Go ahead and weld this all back up, and then go ahead and Bondo it. Would weld these, but since they're emblem holes, if somebody ever wanted to put the emblems on, they could drill it out from the inside. And I didn't want to weld them up because of that. I know you can just bond over here, but I want to do it right. So that's the way I'm going to do it. Alright, so I'm going to get this welded up and put some Bondo on it, and hopefully the rest of us are ready to sink by then. to do here. I'm gonna beat this spot in. I took too much Bondo off here. I was trying to find that body line, and it's gotten too dark. I can't really tell. And see, the bottom looks good. Needs a little bit more Bondo there. And then there's a couple areas that need more Bondo. This needs more. This needs a spot here. I think spot putty might get rid of that. But all the other ones seem to be okay. I think there was a spot somewhere over here. Something up here wasn't right, or something. I'll have to re-find it. But other than that and this trunk needed one extra spot. Either I missed it or I found another one. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, get everything cleaned up and put back in the shop. Alright, so it's another day and I'm back on this. Last night I was sanding this down. This needs to be dented in. I can tell that's a really big high spot. I got an idea on how I can pull. This needs to be pulled out because it's got this all bowed out. If that makes sense. Last night was confusing me. One, it was getting dark. I got a body line that goes right here. Well, I believe that body line should be in front of this one, but as you tell, I'm like way off. So something's not right here. I gotta figure out that. If I have to take the Bondo all the way off to figure it out, I will. Which it actually might not be that exactly perfect either. Oh, yeah, I guess it is different. Tell the body line runs right here, and then it changes here. Oh, show you. Yep, body line. Can I show you like this? So you see the body line, it runs right along in there, about here, and that's the high spot there. So yeah, okay. So that's a little bit of drop. So I guess I'm not doing too bad on that. That just looks funny to me. Maybe if I hide this line just a little bit more like that side. But it's still got to get bended in a little bit. I can feel it pretty heavily here. Might see if I can pop that corner out. But before I do that, I may go ahead and mix up some spot putty and start doing some of that while that dries. So that way I can do this while that's drying. Actually, I'm going to mix up some Bondo first. Fill that in. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of Bondo and do that. Clean my scraper and stuff off. I'll just use a razor blade and be careful with it so you don't cut into the rubber. And maybe mix up a little bit of Bondo here. Yeah, I'm going to do that real quick and hopefully get this Bondo pretty close to done. If I can get it to where it's a bunch of it spot puttied today and it's done, and it's just have a couple of things to do tomorrow, that'd be excellent. That way I can get it ready to paint Saturday, hopefully. so it's another day. Worked on this until I couldn't see last night. That and the dew started coming down. So I had to get the car in. Got it pretty well. This is still, well, now it's a low spot. This quarter is still pulled out. So, which I was needing these anyways for a chain that I got. Instead of welding it, because it's going to be a pain, I'm just going to drill me a hole up here. Put one of these on. Just try to pull this quarter out to help me. What is going on with my light? Am I fixing to have another one go out? Seriously? That's nice. Okay, cool. Oh well. So try to get that out. If not, I'm just gonna have to Bondo it. Maybe right. You are fixing to actually go out, aren't you? Ain't buying another one of that set again. If any of you guys know of some good like shop lights, you know, something like this. I got these off Amazon. Literally a year, not even a year ago. And I've already had 3 go out, 4 go out. Now, ordered 3 more. Shouldn't have done that. And I already have another one, so that's my 4th. And looks like this one over here is gonna be my 5th. And it's not even the lights burning out. It's something in the piece burning out. But I don't know. If any of you know some good lights, you know, for a decent price, let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do with this and see if I can pull this out. Or at least get it closer. Alright. Well, I'm gonna see what I can do with this. Alright, so I got it pretty well straightened out. It looks terrible here, I know. But it's better than being out, so I had to try to kind of shrink it in a little bit, shrink the metal up. But I got it right at one. It's going to be the most of like 1/8 of an inch and like a couple of these dimples on Bondo. But that should be okay. But it's straight, back the way it's supposed to, alignment wise. It was not fun, a lot of hammering. Should probably weld that up, but I think it's gonna be fine. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start putting a bunch of Bondo on it and doing this whole quarter. So yeah. Alright, so I got this all Bondo. Probably have to have another coat, but I'm going to sand it to get an idea where I need. I find putty, or fine. I know I probably put too much on it. Put some finishing putty on these areas. Yes, I know it's a little bit thick, but it'll be okay. I was just trying to slop it on there pretty quick. Got a little bit on my floor. I have to scrape that off. Got a little bit thick, hardened on me a little bit down here. I think it'll be okay though. I'm sure I'll do this a couple times. And yeah. I'm going to pull the car up and I guess go ahead and get stuff cleaned up. And I'm going to let this stuff cure overnight, especially that in the back. Honestly, the back I might just hold off a little bit. And I may go eat me something, come back and try to get a rough sanding. Figure out if it needs more or not. So I can go ahead and do that tonight and just make sure. So yeah, I'm going to go find me something to eat and come back and didn't mess with that. Alright, so it's the next day. Didn't record. I was meaning to, but I guess I didn't hit the button. Went ahead and put some more Bondo on the quarter. I went ahead and go all the way here, I could tell. I did sand a little bit to kind of get an idea, more basis where I was at. Decided it needed more. Hopefully I don't have to put any more actual Bondo on it. This was a pain in the butt to bend out. Not fun. But went ahead and spot puttied the rest of this. So as long as this don't need any more, this will be the final for this. We'll have to see whenever I sand it. I'm probably going to sand the spot putty down to 180, and then I may go finer with it. Instead of just going with the 80. May hit it with my little DA just to kind of knock some of the high spots down first. Or I'll hit it. Yeah, I'll probably hit it with DA. It doesn't cut as deep. This, probably just going to do it by hand just to make sure I can do it. We'll see. I'll either try to start off with hand, put 80 grit on my longboard and just start cutting it down. Or use the air longboard, whatever you want to call it. Knock it down. It don't have to be perfect. I just want to get it closer. Honestly, it probably would have been good the way it was, but I kind of wanted to fix this a lot because it looked really goofy on the bumper. And yeah, I do need to clean out these strip rails and put the seam sealer there. Probably need to primer it first. Need to read the instructions on that, or look online for advice, but I'm pretty sure I just need to primer it with like a rust pivoting primer. I'll probably end up doing that. But yeah, almost done with this. Then we probably hit it again just to make sure everything with the DA with a 120 grit, just to make sure, kind of scuff it up one final time. That way I kind of get this paint to kind of blend in better. I may keep it with the 80, but I want to blend it in and make sure it's not going to tell a bunch of that. Try to get that not to show. And then primer it. Probably won't be primer it today, but hopefully tomorrow. That way I get everything taped off and ready. Alright. back at this again. I went ahead and sprayed this a couple times, especially in the spots where it's almost runny, for getting some of these holes to fill up. I'm going to try to see what it does, sand it down a little bit, and see how it works. Just kind of an experiment. I'm going to try with it, and if it works, may try it with the rest, and then kind of sand the rest of it down too and fill it in. I did pick up some more spot putty because I was out of that, or just about. So go ahead and sand this down a little bit and see what it does. Alright, so a little bit irritated. We'll start with this. I've sanded the filler primer. Did pretty good. Didn't clog it sandpaper anymore. Just had to let it dry longer. I let it dry a whole day, pretty much, or 12 hours. A little bit of fixing I gotta do is this body line, so I went to do a little bit here to make it a little bit better. Because the sharp edge, and you look, it kind of messes up there. So I gotta do a little bit of work to that. Other than that, it seems alright. It's only one coat of primer, so you can kind of see a couple little things. Went ahead and put the seam sealer, an actual body sealer, or seam sealer, whatever you call it. It is this stuff. It's gonna fall out of the gun. I don't know, it was at our local body shop, so I just went ahead and used it. Wasn't too bad price. I was able to get there. A lot better than silicone on that. I just taped it off on the pillar all the way around, right on the edge of the drip rail. Did that. Already did the other side. Was doing that just a while ago, pulling it off the tape. Of course, didn't record it. Or I was trying to, but I didn't press the record button. So yeah. But yeah, this side's done. Oh. Waiting for that one. But yeah. Slowly getting it done. Been doing a lot of filler primer. Yeah, all the chickens. At least they're quiet this time. Doing filler primer. Still doing a spot here because of the dent. Trying to build that body line back out. I do kind of see here, the body line kind of disappears here, which I kind of figured it would. Oh well. I mean, it's there, it's just very, very slight, not as sharp. I don't know if I'm going to be too worried about that, honestly. I kind of want to just get this car done, and it's not going to be a perfect car. So, oh well. I am getting a little bit of practice on bodywork though, so I probably need to. I think it'll be okay. I think I'll get more practice on that body line there. This one, that one's sharp. But yeah, slowly getting it done.